The signs scream at us on every corner, smacking us in the face with the high price of gas. Yet the chaos is quiet and harder to see in Cochise County because hay prices aren't posted.
For the first 5 or 6 years of her life, had no muscle development.
The signs for the high price of hay are pictures.
And it's bad.
The consequences are killing horses, with hay prices skyrocketing.
Come here, Ivan.
My overall feed bill has probably between doubled and tripled in the last several years.
Hay has started to become more scarce, landowners choosing to grow corn instead because of government subsidies. The dwindling amount of hay had an impact on almost everyone associated with horses.
It's got to be hard to see people come in and ask you, what do I do?
And there's not answers.
Bill Yarbrough, who has spent his entire life in the feed business, does whatever he can to absorb the cost to keep it from hurting horses and their owners. But he's almost at a breaking point.
In the last year, we've had a lot of horse owners come up to us, and they're saying they've reached the point because of the cost of hay and feed that they can't continue to own their animals, and they couldn't give them away for free because of the cost of feed.
You cut it out.
With nowhere to turn, horses are being turned loose, left to fend for themselves, left to starve to death in the desert.
And they were really, really bad shape.
And they've been running loose on our San Pedro River Valley over here. Animal rescue places are overwhelmed, and their budgets have been stretched to the point that they can't accommodate all the requests.
It's like a double-edged sword with a hand grenade in the middle.
Steve Boyce is the co-founder of Horse and Around Rescue Ranch.
It's not like it used to be.
He understands the pain in the voices of owners who have to give them up.
Oh yeah, I lost a horse I used in the parade for probably 20 years. About 2 years ago, Amigo was his name, and it just about tore me up. That's the kind of love and relationship you develop with a horse, and it's like you're part of your family. What do you do with a thing like that? You know, it's not something that you can, just call your local animal control. You know, that you don't do that.
The state doesn't have the capacity to take in horses, so it relies on rescues.
This is lucky.
Boyce is not only faced with a high price of hay, but also caring for their illnesses.
Nobody's gonna hurt you.
And then finding a home that can afford them.
How are we gonna survive? I don't know. There's got to be a balance somewhere to make this problem kind of normalize itself or make this problem go away.
But there was all these factors that were adding up to drive us out of horse ownership and make horses part of wealthy people's ownership and not the traditional rural people who didn't maybe have a lot of money but love the animals and the rural lifestyle. And that's a huge part of what the West has always been.
It's quite sad to me. If you look around this area south of Sierra Vista, you see maybe 1 in 3, 1 in 4 houses that have old stables and old corrals in the backyard. At one time, horses was a common pastime for kids around here. And now you drive around, all those stalls, all those stables are empty.